Successful in business, you're gonna have to find the perfect target market. The question is though, is how do you find the perfect target market? It's simple. All you gotta do is subscribe to the League of Hustles. All right. First things
Yes,
first,
sir.
make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what's on your mind. This episode, we're going to be talking about finding that perfect target audience. All right. But before we get too far, I'm CD Barnes.
And I'm HT. What's happening?
Yeah. We're the League of Hustlers. All right. Thanks for joining us. But getting right into it, man, the target audience. All right. Seriously. If you're in business, okay, you need to know who you're serving. So this is a big part of your whole business and value proposition. Who are you making this value proposition to? All right. And so this is part two of our business model canvas series. So make sure you double back and check the previous episodes. But we need to keep this thing moving and we need to figure out exactly who we're serving, who's your target audience, and how do you find them? How do you like laser focus on them? Because not only do you want, just a target audience, but you want to really be able to target the people who are really going to appreciate your value proposition. So,
Indeed.
kick
And
us
just
off.
just to piggyback on that point, your target market is super critical. Super critical. You have to get clear about who your target market is. Right? This isn't like we mentioned last episode. A lot of people be like, when you ask them who's their target market, they'll be like, I'll sell to anybody. Right? And we get it, but you need to be very specific about who your target market is. We're not shooting blind. We're not just throwing something at the wall and hoping that it sticks. Your target market needs to be just that, a target. All right. So jumping right into it. Let's break it down. Let's start with the definition. So the definition of a target market. All right. A target market represents a group that shares similar attributes, such as demographics, income, geography, and buying power. Right. Another explanation of it is a target market is one part of the total market for a good or service. So a lot of times you'll hear, especially in marketing, you'll hear people say total market, or general market. That means just anybody, right? That's the generalization of the market. So total market is like the entire market, right? But when you say target market, you're talking about a specific subset of the of your target market, all right, or of the total market, all right. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. When we say target market, we're talking about a niche-based market, and you want to be very specific. Okay. Again, the amateur thinks that everybody is their customer, right? But the pros know that they have a specific customer that they're going after. And what will happen is that when you target that one customer, that one type of customer, right? That archetype, that avatar, you'll hear people use different phrases for it. But when you target that niche group, what will happen is that you'll build this devout following amongst that niche group. And that devout following will be the ones that'll go out and evangelize your brand, right? They'll go out and tell people about it. They'll go out and really beat the drums, highlighting your brand, telling everyone about your brand. And that's the way you want to grow. Okay. You want to add anything to that one?
No, that's beautiful, man. Just to kind of add a cap on that, though, is the 1,000 raging fans. I hear people kind of throw that phrase out there. You don't really you don't need 100,000 people, and only a small percentage of them really, use your business or use your service. Go for that niche. Go for the 1,000 raging fans, and those are the people that are, who are connected to people who have similar interests and who will really bring in the customers who kind of who your value proposition really resonates with. So how do you identify that market? Where do you find these people? All right. So, questions to ask. Okay. Who are you solving a problem for? Okay. The more detailed you can, the more detailed description you can give about this group of people, the better. All right. So, we're talking demographics. All right. We're talking psychographics, which is basically back to demographics, age, it could be race or culture specific. It could be location specific. You may not be selling a lot of surfboards to people who live in a desert, for example. You know what I mean? So you're talking about location. You're talking about psychographics. Um, the way people think, the way people operate, the way people feel, or the type of culture, or even like market culture that resonates with them. Challenges. What types of problems um, is your product or service solving? All right. What type of problems are you solving? So then you need to be targeting the people that actually have that particular problem. All right. You may have, I like to use the example of dogs when talking about target markets and niches. Is kind of easy because everything is broken down into classes already with dogs. So let's say you have a particular dog, Doberman Pinchers, and let's say Doberman Pinchers they may need the ears snipped or something like that. So you're targeting a particular group of people who have a particular obstacle, a particular challenge, a very particular need, and then you actually provide the service or product that solves that problem. And just really quick, if you have a really good tool for this to dig into all of this demographic, psychographic information, is the Facebook business tool, the Facebook Ads Manager, where you can actually go in on the back end and get into the advertising component, but you can select all of the different demographics and some psychographic and some economic, differences between groups of people. And that's how companies actually advertise on Facebook, by using Facebook's data, because we all know Facebook is really a data company. They're collecting tons of data about everybody. But that's a really great tool to go in and start playing around with to kind of help yourself, figure out who your target audience is. And the more information you have about this group of people, the better. The better value proposition you can deliver, the better product, the better service you can deliver.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, a good way to help yourself formulate this target market is to think about one person, right? Think about one person and then tell a story about that one person, right? Just think about one person. Because at the end of the day, that's who you're trying to reach. You're trying to reach one person at a time. You're trying to speak directly to that target person, right? So for instance, we did the same thing with League of Hustlers, right? When we first started, we came up with what's called an avatar for the League of Hustlers. An avatar is like that target person, that one target person that you're trying to reach. Right. And for us, it was like if you've been following the podcast, you would know that we started like driving right on our way to work. And we were recording. We ran into all kind of issues and whatever. But the whole premise of it was to capture these really valuable conversations that we would have in the mornings or, on lunch breaks. Or just, anytime throughout the day, just to capture that valuable information, right? And so we said when we were making the avatar for the League of Hustlers, we said that, this person, you give them a name if you want to. Let's call them, I don't know, Larry or something. Okay, so Larry is on his way to work. Right. And so you start telling this story. Larry is on his way to work and he wants to start his own business, right? He only has 30 minutes of commute time on his way to work, and then 30 minutes of commute time on his way from work, right? But Larry doesn't know where to get started. He wants to be an entrepreneur. He knows he wants to start his own business, but he doesn't know where to start. And so when you're creating this story, you're kind of giving details about that main character, right? So notice I said that he only has 30 minutes, right, of commute time. Then you can go in and tell about his home life. What happens when he gets home? Is he fulfilled? Is he happy? Is he in the country, or is he in the city? Is he in an urban setting? How much does he make per year? Right? Why does he want to start his own business? Right? And once you start to make that story about your avatar, you'll start to answer these questions. You'll answer questions like the demographics. Where is he located? What city is he located in? How old is he? Right? Does he have kids? Right? And then you'll kind of move into those psychographics, right? And then the challenges, you'll talk about the challenges that Larry faces, right? And so that's the beauty of formulating a target market based off of telling a story, is that it kind of lets you fill in those questions and really dig down into the the psychographics of a target market, right? What is Larry thinking? What is going on in his head? Why does he want to do this? What challenges is he facing, right? And so one quick tip with that is just tell a story. Just tell a story, right? Tell a descriptive story about one person. And that one person is going to be your avatar. That one person is going to represent your entire target market. All right. Anything else with that?
No, I think that's perfect, man. That story could be, a part of your story, even. A lot of times, people start businesses
Right.
or side hustles that they solve problems or provide products and services that kind of solve a issue that they may have personally. You know what I mean? So they may provide that product or service to people who have a similar problem to them. And that's an awesome way to go, by the way, because number one, you have that community component to it. It's like you're a part of the community. You're not just, latching on the community, attempting to deliver a product or service in return for monetary value, but you're actually a part of the community and bringing a solution to the community. So,
Right.
definitely tell a story, and it could be even, a part of your own.
Right. And one quick other thing is, don't forget that this template is available for download. You just go to shop.leaguehustlers.com, which will bring you to this page, right? And what you can do, you can see it's priced at $0. And what you do, just add to cart and just go through the checkout process. It's not going to ask you for card numbers or anything, and then you can download it. Right? So you can download right here. Okay, so that you can print it off, you can type in this document, you can do whatever you want to do with it, however many times you want to do it. All right, so don't forget that piece. This is a Google doc that you can access. Okay, and it is for download. Go to shop.leagueofhustlers.com. Right, this is our shop. Right, and then go to free downloads. Right. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and while you're there, though, shop.legalhustlers.com, get the free
No.
downloads. And don't forget, man, all the other Legal Hustlers merch, guys. We got the tees, the mugs, bags, a lot of good stuff there. But definitely make sure you get there and download the free resources.
Yeah, man. All right. So moving right along. Examples. So this we went and pulled some examples from this really cool site called Brafton.com. All right. And they broke it down and gave examples. And so instead of recreating the wheel, we decided to highlight them and what they did. So When you have a chance, just check out Brafton.com. They have a bunch of really, really insightful blog articles and stuff like that based around entrepreneurship. All right, so jumping right into it. So here's an example of a target market, right, for a bookkeeping or software as a service solution, right? So look at what they did. For demographics, they said, all right, the age range is 35 to 49. The gender, 65% male, 35% female. Common job titles: head of digital, senior accountant, chief financial officer. Right. Then we move into the key psychographics. They value this. The target market values job security. They like to renew or review all the data before making a decision. Striving for a better work-life balance. Skeptical of solutions that promise to solve all their problems. And then for challenges, look at what they broke down. Their current digital solution is showing its age. They have a current lack of third-party integration. It's slowing down internal processes. The bosses and shareholders' demands are making work stressful. All right, so think about what they're doing, and notice how they broke down. They started with the demographics, right? The generalized information about that specific person. They fall in the age range of 35 to 49, the gender, the common job titles, and then the psychographics. Where's their mentality at, right? And then the challenges. What challenges are they facing, all right, that will make your product beneficial to them, right? And that's where that value proposition comes into play. And so this target market and value proposition go hand in hand. Really, the entire one-page business plan goes hand in hand, and each piece builds off of the other one. And so it's this instance where, you know, you'll end up creating this very, very cohesive plan that's designed for a specific person in a specific market, and you're going to deal with them specific ways. All right. I'm going to grab this other example.
Business travel company. All right. So key demographics, age 30 to 55. And really, you just want to do this for yourself. Okay. Jot this stuff down. Um, Gender, this particular company, 70% female, 30% male. Common job titles: procurement officer, travel buyer, supplier relations expert. Um, but the main thing is to really, identify this stuff for your group of people. Okay. And then if you can add a few more bullet points in there under key demographics, that's perfect. The more stuff you can actually tag on to that group in that section, the better for you. Key psychographics for
Yeah.
this group: um, they value relationships when working with suppliers, dislike working on repetitive, mundane tasks, is wary of handing off responsibilities to a third party. Again, um, these are actually great examples of psychographics because that's kind of that could be a little more difficult to identify, but
Right.
these are good
But
examples.
but it's the most critical too. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So, one question, I think we reviewed this on another episode, but a good question to ask, to answer, or to point out these psychographics is, and correct me, H, if I get this wrong, man, but it's people like us do things like this, something,
Right.
something
That's right.
along those lines. So, people like us do things like this, and even if it's not us, if you're not a part of that group, you just want to place it from the perspective of the group. So people like them do things like this. They value relationships when working with suppliers. They dislike working on repetitive, mundane tasks. You need to know your person. You need to know your target audience. Essentially, you need to have it so that you could actually, if these are your potential customers, you want to be able to build good relationships with them. In order to build good relationships with people, you need to get to know them. So you need to know this stuff.
Right.
You need to, understand, the way that they, what bothers them, or what makes them thrive, what is it that they want, what is it that they're seeking. So last bullet point is worry of handing off responsibilities to a third party. And then the challenges: suppliers fail to deliver on promised rates, doesn't have enough data, not familiar. And this is where you can come in and tie in your product or service. This is where you're going to tether what you're offering to this group of people and present it on a gold platter. Hey, I can help you with that supplier issue that you have.
Right.
I
That's
can
that
give
value proposition, and you prop
exactly.
that up. It's
Yep, you're
a
going to
big
build
promise.
a beautiful value proposition based off of the challenges that your target audience is having. All right. The better you understand your audience, the better you understand their challenges, the better you'll be able to build lasting relationships with them, and the better you'll be able to serve them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you'll notice, we skipped over these preferred channels and preferred content types, right? Why? Is because we're going to discuss that in part 3. Okay, so that's the next part of this. Okay, that's the next phase in the one-page business plan, the business model canvas. All right, but for right now, we just wanted to hone in on the demographics, your psychographics, and then the challenges. Okay, so those are 3 main things that you're looking to identify for your target market. All right, now I want to add, demographics is kind of straightforward. You can say, you're looking for people within a certain age group, right? You're looking for people that are of a certain gender, or you're looking for folks that hold a certain job, or you know, you're looking for people in a certain city, in a certain state, so on and so forth, right? And then the psychographics is like, okay, you're looking for people with a specific mind state, right? And that are, facing a certain set of issues, right? But then with your challenges, this is where it will really benefit you to do focus group testing. All right. Do not downplay this. Do not overlook this. Do not just breeze past this. Because what I've seen so many times is that people will create a whole business. I'm guilty of it myself. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to hit the mic there, but I'm guilty of it myself. Right? People will create entire business plans, get LLCs, file paperwork, buy product, like everything, but they'll skip over the fact that, are they actually solving the problem that the customer has? And not just 1 or 2 customers, okay? You want to figure out what are the big problems that a lot of people have, okay? Now, I know that's kind of like sounds contradictory, because we started out saying, target market, niche down, focus on one person, blah, blah, blah. Yes, do that, right? But at the same time, when it comes to the challenges, you need to do focus group testing, right? To figure out what big problems a lot of people have. And so what problems do you keep hearing recurring over and over and over again? Okay. For instance, to give a real life example, we released a new shirt, right, on shop.leagueofhustlers.com, right? It's called All My Friends Are Hustlers, right? And then we also had another shirt that was, what did that shirt say? I can't remember. But anyway, we basically, we went to our Facebook group. If you're not in the group, go ahead and join it. All right, we'll welcome you anytime. So we went to the group and said, hey, which one of these designs look better, right? And what we got is a clear winner, like 90% to 10%, right? A straight up clear winner, right? But on top of that, people started giving suggestions on how to change the winner to make it even better, right? So, and I know that's a small example, but you want to do focus group testing because it will give you firsthand feedback about what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. It'll give you firsthand feedback about what the customer actually wants, the challenge that they're facing with taking money out of their pocket and giving it to you, right? That's basically the challenge that we're trying to get over, right? We're trying to convince people that if we provide them value, then they will give us cash, right? And so the best way to figure that out is to simply ask people, right? Ask people that fall within your demographics that you're targeting, and ask people that fall within your psychographics that you're targeting, right? Find out what those challenges are, and then create your product around that. All right. And so, and that's why I was saying how the value proposition and this target market piece kind of goes hand in hand. Sometimes you'll see them interchangeable, right? Sometimes people will start with the value proposition, which is what we did in the previous episode. Sometimes people will start with the target market, right? I don't really think either way is wrong, but just understand that whichever one you start with first, there's going to be some whittling down that happens and some adjusting that happens. Okay. But yeah, so not to belabor the point, I think we're already at like 26 minutes here. If you found something that was helpful in this episode, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the like button. All right. And share this with a hustler. Hustlers, come on. Right? This is for us. This is for your last name. This is for your legacy. All right. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you're sharing this with your fellow hustlers, because this is about we. It's not about, us two. It's not about me. It's not about CD. It's about the league, which includes you. All right. So make sure you're locked in. Join the Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram. We're here for you. Shoot us any questions anytime. All right. Got anything else, bro?
That's it, man. If you don't hustle, you don't eat, guys. Let's prepare to prosper.
Yes, sir. It's just that simple. And again, you can download this template. You can download this template right here at shop.leagueofhustlers.com. All right, just come here, scroll down, add it to the cart, boom. It'll take you through, it's basically just ask for your email and stuff like that. And then it'll email you a copy. All right. So we're going to be signing off. It's another wonderful episode of the League of Hustlers. We really appreciate you and appreciate your time. And what about a challenge, man? We hadn't done a challenge in it's been a minute, right? What's the challenge? Give them a quick challenge for today, bro.
Quick challenge for this episode is obvious, man. Listen, guys, it doesn't matter if you're kicking off your side hustle or if you're kicking off your business or if you've been in business for 10 years. Double back. Number one, download the template, the business model canvas template, and take a look at your target audience. All right. If you're new to the game, new to the hustling, new to the business, then go ahead and start identifying who your potential target audience could be. Niche it down as much as possible. Remember, you want to build a long-lasting relationship with each and every customer. The more you know about them, the better. If you've been in business for a while now, you already have a target market, you already have a target audience, go ahead, revisit that. Things have changed. The pandemic has changed a lot. There could be some new components in that demographic that could, that you could, add more tags, add more bullet points into there, more information that you could know about each individual customer. Just take a look. Once again, the business model canvas, go download the template. It's meant to be revisited on a regular basis anyway. You should be reviewing your audience and your market just to make sure that you're still relevant as a business owner, as a hustler. So make sure you're still serving, your audience. We've seen it, the pandemic showed us, guys. It showed us. Things changed in the market, okay? The needs of the target audience changed, and some people weren't able to deliver those services because of different reasons, and they had to close down shop. So make
Right.
sure you are staying current with your target audience, what it is their need, their pain points, and improve on how you can actually service them. There you go. That's your challenge, guys.
Boom. All right. Well, we'll be signing off, man. Hit us up, questions at leagueofhustlers.com. That's it. Catch you guys next time. Peace.